From the movie screen to the television, the drama Limitless is reaching new heights at a fast pace.
Now, if you've seen the movie, you know the main character, Brian Finch, discovered the brain-boosting power of the mystery drug NZT and is coerced by the FBI into using his extraordinary cognitive abilities to solve complex cases for them. Those cognitive abilities are only further fueled by FBI agents and one U.S. senator in particular.
And if you're like half the women in the world, you too would love to share that connection.
You're on the verge of having a life that most people can't even begin to imagine.
I learned so much from Bradley just all the time. He's so involved in the process, in front of the camera, behind the camera, that I just really have learned a hell of a lot from being around him.
Why would you help me?
Let's just say I need somebody in a position that you soon will be qualified to fill.
Well, he's crushing it.
Yeah.
We're shooting episode 6 now, and I'm lucky enough to be a part of it.
You know, talking to Bradley about the character, he was kind of a vital resource for me and still is, you know, going forward. And I think having Bradley be a part of this, playing Eddie Mora, has really lent itself to being kind of a more serialized story, which I think is crucial. I love it. I love that, you know, we're getting to find out more about this mythology of NZT, the origins of NZT as we go on. And we're only on episode 6.
Take it slow. Been through a lot. Hit your head pretty good, but you're gonna be okay once the shot kicks in.
No.
Brian, it's okay. It's over. He's one of those guys where you see him and you think, well, like, where's he been? Because this guy should be everywhere. That's the way I thought. And he was the perfect guy for this. And then we actually saw each other at a party, and I was like, hey, because I wasn't quite sure if he was interested or not.
So the fact that we actually got a chance to meet and talk about the project, and I could validate how excited I was to have us take a crack at it.
I didn't know what your limits are. I had to learn if you're somebody who just takes orders like Sands, or if you're somebody who has character.
As far as the character of Brian Finch, we talked a lot when we did the pilot. Because there's some really specific technical things that NZT does to anyone who takes it. Like, obviously, depending on your, you know, who you are, it's going to affect you differently.
And then we were batting around like, I don't know, 30 different combinations of 3 letters, and NZT just sounded right. You realize that people are going to say it many times in the movie. So what's a combination of letters that isn't so annoying? One of the reasons why we wanted to make it into a television series, and why we talked about it back in 2011 when we were filming it, we thought this would be a great serial, a great episodic, was the wish fulfillment aspect of it. Because everybody can relate to it. And I love the idea of having the everyman, somebody that could be you, quite possibly, and then what would happen if that person then allows 100% of their brain to be active.
You know, now that I think about it, you can catch Limitless Tuesday nights, 10 o'clock, right here on WBOC.
Delmarva Life will be back in just a few moments, but first, we've teamed up with Sussex County Federal Credit Union to help you make better sense of your money. Here's Cherie with this week's tip.
On behalf of Sussex County Federal Credit Union, I'm Cherie Coleman. Fact or fiction? There's good debt and bad debt. Anytime you borrow money and agree to repay it, that's a debt. It doesn't matter if the reason you borrowed it was good or bad. What often matters is whether or not that debt is affordable, reasonable, and/or necessary. For example, maxing out your credit card on a birthday party for your bestie can leave you with memories of one great night, but it'll also leave you with a high credit card payment for the next several months or even years. On the flip side, if you took out a mortgage, you would also have a payment for the next several years, but it would provide shelter for your family, it would most likely increase in value, and after the debt is paid, you'll have a home to show for it. You could sell it for a profit, or you could pass it down. So the answer? Fiction. Any debt is serious, and you should go into it with your eyes wide open. We'll see you in the neighborhood.